All right, so once again, welcome. Today is, we're celebrating the 4th of July weekend. So today is going to be your Declaration of Independence. Now, I love the word declaration because it speaks to a couple of very important ideas. One is that we're not, freedom is a very interesting thing in that it's not a bundle of facts, it's a state of being. Just like love, just like joy, just like wisdom, it's a state of being. And for most of us, the incremental nature of our lives, whatever that has been, doesn't all add up necessarily to an experience of freedom, especially when you're looking at freedom purely from a human perspective. Are you free if you're in jail, or if you're in a wheelchair? Are you free if you can't stop thinking about your past? Are you free if you're not free of negativity and fear and worry and doubt? And can you become free by adding up the pieces? Can one and one in your life equal freedom? Now, in our spiritual path, and it's not like me to make anything easy, so this isn't like you're free, go and multiply. It's a spiritual practice because in our path, it appears as if bondage could be a real thing. And you can't logic it forward from a human perspective. So then it becomes a declaration. The Declaration of Independence is where you stand, even if you're in jail, even if you're in a wheelchair, even if you have a diagnosis, even if you have worry, doubt, lack, and fear, even if you have anything that, in your view, would be holding you in bondage or impeding your growth or your creativity. It is a declaration that those things in life as a human being have no power over you. So you actually declare your freedom into existence. It's also true in the Emancipation Proclamation. Do you remember that one? So the Emancipation Proclamation, it's the same kind of energy. You proclaim something rather than to proclaim something or to declare something is to create a possibility that did not or does not exist before you do it. So it is a difference between living a life of possibility or living a life of predictability or living an evidence-based life. And we do not want to live an evidence-based life. You don't want to look backwards and say to yourself, what's possible for me is this because of that. We want to be declaring our freedom out of nothing. We want to be declaring our freedom out of our God-given right to declare everything. So we'll come back to that in a moment. Abraham Hicks, how many of you are familiar with the work teachings of Abraham Hicks? Yeah. So their byline, their most well-known byline is this: the basis of our life is freedom. The purpose of our life is joy, and the objective of your life is growth. There's no drama here, there's no suffering here, there's no pain here, there's no God teaching us lessons through pain. There is pure statements of truth. The basis of your life is freedom, not because man said so, or your mother said so, or your body said so. The basis of your life is freedom is because God said so. And how God said so is by creating us with the power to declare, the power to speak our word, the power to think our thoughts, the power to direct and guide our lives through our intentions and commitments. This is called the law of attraction or the law of cause and effect. or there's many of them, the laws of mental equivalence, the laws of reciprocity. These are God-made laws like gravity that we can use. We do use, actually. We do use them every day because that's how the universe works. You know, it's like if you want to build a pot, a clay pot, you're going to go into a workshop and you're going to use the machine and you're going to get the clay and you're going to mold it, and then you're going to have a result. The universe is the whole universe is a little bit like that we mold, architect, build, design our lives word by word, thought by thought, intention by intention, and commitment by commitment, and for the most part, we have been doing that our whole lives without knowing that we were doing it. Because it looks very much like our lives are the result of something that was not in our control. When we live as if things aren't in our control, one way of saying that is that we are at the effect of the world. So depending how the weather's going, or the politics are going, or your money's going, or your relationship's going, you'll feel some degree of freedom or bondage. Are you with me? So when Abraham says the basis of your life is freedom, they're talking about a spiritual truth, that your life is built on freedom. We were built with freedom and free will. Free will to, as Marianne Williams would say, free will to think with God or to not think with God, to walk with God or not walk with God. But there is something about the way that it's designed that we have to wake up. We have to wake up and we have to see that we have power. We have to see that we are free. So today, as we just move through this brief 20 minutes that could potentially alter something for all of us. I mean, why be here if it can't, right? So I declare the possibility of change, the possibility that some ancient bondage could be dropped today, could be rethought, could be, we could rethink it, we could declare it to be over. The purpose of our life is joy is a radically wonderful truth, that you are here for joy. You are not, you're going to have to throw out everything the nuns said. Right? To really get the purpose of your life is joy. Or everything anyone else said. You have to really come into a more, what would be a mature idea about God and about spirituality to really get that there's no divine mandate for suffering. It does not make you a better person, it does not make you more lovable to God, and it does not guarantee you go to heaven when you die. Suffering is not good. Suffering is a man-made construct, and Lord knows why, but it ends here. Yes? No more suffering. Or if there's suffering, that's okay. Just know that you are in charge of it. So we'll talk about choice in a moment too, but if you are going to suffer, then that's okay. Just know that God doesn't want you to. In God there is no suffering, divine suffering. And we all know that the objective of your life is growth, because that is, and we say that not like I'm an authority, but don't you know that the purpose of your life has been growth? We all inherently know this. I mean, why go through every experience we've had? This gets better a little bit when you're awake, because then you're co-creating with your divine partner. Then you're in alignment with and in harmony with. Until then, we're mostly miscreating. Miscreating? Yeah, because you have the power to create everything and anything. You have the power to have money, you have the power to have health, you have the power to have relationships, you have the power to have happiness and joy inside of you. But we also have the power, it's like electricity. You can use the electricity to to turn the light on in your house, or you can also use the electricity to burn your house down. And we've been burning a lot of our houses down, going through life, not understanding that our anger, our resentment, our guilt, our shame, our lack of will, our lack of declaration is creating situations and circumstances that we don't want or like. And right now, the whole world's kind of creating circumstances that we all say we don't like or want, but yet we're all still creating them, right? So in Science of Mind, one of our primary ideas is personal transformation comes first, and then global change. We change, and then the world changes. Because you and I, as much as we don't want war, hating war doesn't stop war. Is everybody clear about that? Yeah, it just doesn't stop. It doesn't matter how much we don't like what's happening, really. So what we have to learn has everything to do with freedom. We have to learn that we are free to not participate in the race thought, meaning human thought, the conditions, the primary beliefs and agreements we have, because they don't do anything but lead to war or to disenfranchisement or to suffering. So we have to declare a new possibility for ourselves. And if you're free, then you offer the world the idea of freedom. And by the way, again, freedom is a state of being, not an accumulation of evidence. Because it would be easy to think, well, you're only free if you have enough money, or you're only free if you have a loved one, or you're only free if everybody has their bodies where you want their bodies to be, or if other people are behaving, or if you have a new this or a new that or a different that. It's very easy to think that your freedom is tied to those things, but if you will look, you will see that you're tying yourself to those things of being human that you think you need to make you free will actually keep you bound. Because all of that would have to change for you to be free. And it's never going to change for you to be free. Doesn't mean it will never change, but not so that you can be free. So you were born free. You were made that way. So I'm going to give you a word to lose and a word to take on. So the word I want you to lose is because. So now the way that it is, the way that we think, our not being a conscious creator but an unconscious creator, or as I think Abraham would say, a deliberate creator. So a deliberate creator is a creator who is a person who understands the laws of creation, of manifestation, of attraction, and uses them on purpose. Ernest Holmes said, the founder of Science Mind said, there's a power for good in the universe, and you can use it. And the power he's talking about is the power of the word, the power of bringing into existence that which is not in existence yet. So remember, 2 roads into today, evidence-based or declaration-based. Are you with me on that? And evidence-based is normal, so don't blame yourself. It's the way everyone, I would sell my house except, no. I would sell my house, but I can't. Why? Because the real estate market is down. I would lose 10 pounds, but I can't because I cannot stay away from chocolate chip cookies. Right? I'd have a good relationship, but I can't because I'm come from a broken home and I never learned how. Do you get what I'm saying? All the becauses in our lives which explain why we're not free. to have, to do, or to be what our soul wants to have, to do, and be. And the soul is good. Remember, we're now in a mature conversation about spirituality, so the evil's out the door. Original sin's out the door. What's true is that you are whole, perfect, and complete, and good. You have goodness, you reek of goodness. Even if you don't know that you do, even if you don't think that you do, even if someone else doesn't think that you do. That God made you, God is good, you are good. God is free, you are free. God is joy, you are joy. It's inherent in the system that you are and that I am. You can also lose if only. Because these are phrases that may seem harmless, except remember, we're living in a lawful universe that is responding to us. So when you say, I would have enough money to go on that vacation if only, the universe hears the you can't go. And why? And the universe never says no, it only says yes. Say that. The universe never says no. The universe only says yes. So if you can walk out with this, you will be free. Because when you say, and then you, oh, and also you have to start listening to yourself. When you say, oh, I really want to do that, but I can't because, the universe says, okay, you can't. And I know why. So you want to shift all that negation into whatever it is you want the universe to say yes to. So you want to only say what you want yes to. So it's as simple as you wake up on the wrong side of the bed and you're really cranky. Do you want to say, oh my God, I'm so cranky today, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed? Because the universe says, yes. And everyone during your day is going to say, yes, you certainly are. So you could use this power that you have to say, you know I woke up on the wrong side of the bed, and I know that I started out this day a little cranky, and I know that it's going to make me miserable and everyone around me. So regardless of all of that, in this moment, I declare today to be a good God 5G day, right? It's going to be grand. It's going to be glorious. It's going to be meaningful, whatever the words are. And it may sound stupid, but nothing can come into existence until you declare it. Nothing. Otherwise, it's incremental. 1 + 1 = 2. Drama plus drama equals drama. Positive expectation and positive expectation creates positive. So watch this week your becauses and your if-onlys. So rather than becauseing your life into a life you don't want, you want to be cause in your life. Listen, because, so if I say to you, I want to sell my house, but I can't because the real estate market is bad. First of all, you're right, yes. Second of all, the bad real estate market, I would call, from a metaphysical perspective, secondary causation. It's a little deep, I know. So secondary causation is anything not rooted in and grounded in truth. So is it true that the real estate market is bad? Well, maybe. Depends on what you say. It is possible to sell your house in a bad real estate market. It is because the truth would be, so it might go something like this. I know it's a really bad real estate market, but I really want to move now. I don't want to wait, and I don't want to lose money on my house, and I don't want to wait for a year. So I acknowledge that there is the appearance of a bad real estate market, but in this moment, what I know to be true is that God is all there is, my word is all there is, and that for me, there is a buyer out there who will find me and my beautiful house. and they will pay me a price that works, and it will be fast. Why not say that? Why not? You got nothing to lose except to sell your house. So, so to be cause is to simply recognize that we all know there's a human landscape. There is a human landscape. People are crazy. You're crazy. I'm crazy, right? We're all just a little bit asleep, and we're all just a little bit hypnotized by the world and all the baubles and all the history and all the evidence. And we're all, to some degree or another, embodying the fear, the doubt, the worry, the meaning, I was listening to somebody the other day who was talking about how happy, joyful, thriving people don't look for meaning. The only people who look for meaning are the people who are suffering. Can you feel the energy of that? Like life is here to be lived, to be enjoyed, to be expressed, to be danced and sung, not to be sitting worrying about, worry. Somebody said worrying's about creating a future you do not want. So I loved the reading today on faith, and it may look like it has nothing to do with freedom, but I don't know that you can do what I'm suggesting you do, or live in the way I'm suggesting you live without faith. Because faith means that we believe in a power for good. We believe in a universe that is orderly. We believe that we are a participant, that we're somehow connected to the order and harmony, that there is a power for good that we can use. So I think to be in life authentic, like yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like yourself, not the person you think people want to see, not the person you were raised to be, not the person your younger sister thinks you are, right? Or your ex-husband or your ex-wife, or none of that. But to be yourself and all what that means. Could you imagine if you believed you had nothing to lose, nothing to hide, and nothing to fear? Can you imagine? Nothing to hide? The secrets, right? Anybody else grow up in a family we didn't tell family secrets? Right? Or anything, you're sitting there, so you have to map this to your own life. Nothing to hide, nothing to fear, nothing to lose. I apologize to all of you who know me well, because I just want you to know I've done this. And even though it's not true in the moment, there was a moment not too long ago where I sold everything I owned. Everything. My car, my house. And I did it out of a health challenge. But for about a 6-month period of time, I had nothing. And I feared nothing because I was pretty sure I might die. So you get pretty fearless. It's like, well, whatever. What? There's nothing to be afraid of, right? Or nothing to hide. Now, my precious soul was untethered for about 6 months. Like literally anything could have happened and I was fine. It's almost as simple as, I arranged it in such a way that, all right, this is probably really stupid, but am I the only one who I think about, if I die, my poor family having to come in and go through my drawers and figure out my money, right, and sell my house. Does anybody else think about things like that? So for those brief few moments in time, all that stuff was gone. I had no stuff. And I had the money from the stuff was sitting in places delegated to someone. So if I died, it was so simple. It's like, just go get it. It's got your name on it. Go get it, right? Now, I did not die. I did come back, and I have since bought a house, and I have all my stuff back. But it no longer owns me. Because I know that it's okay to not have it. I know that everything works out for your greater good. I mean, not only did I sell all of this and not have it, but I also, in the early days of recovering from a stroke and hip replacement, went to Africa for 6 months. in that state with nothing. So when I tell you it's possible to literally trust, to have faith that the Spirit in you, the Spirit around you, knows what you need. And it knows how to walk with you. You know, I love the Native American affirmation. God, tell me where it is I am to go, and I will go there. Tell me what to say, and I will say it. Tell me what to do, and I will do it. There's a beautiful faith is that demonstration of goodness and mercy shall follow me all of my days. Could you live in that? Goodness and mercy will follow you all the days of your life. But you have to step into the kind of freedom that faith in that will give you. So there's this beautiful quote by Joe DiMaggio who said, "Choice is a uniquely human condition. The stone and the tiger have no choice in life. The stone must gravitate, and the tiger must pounce." So do you understand all of nature? I have been in the midst of the Serengeti during the Great Migration of the wildebeest, and the lions had already killed enough food to last them for a year. And the moment an animal runs past them, they have no choice but to go. They have no choice but to kill. Now, that's not morbid. I'm just, well, it is a little, I suppose. Sorry for the tender hearts in here. But the point being is that a lion, nothing in nature decides like we do. They have no choice. They are made to do what they do. But he says, only human beings are faced with the mind-boggling responsibility of having at each and every moment of their lives to choose what to do and what to be. So another spiritual tip for this week is, as you move through your week and you think you're going to do something you don't want to do, or you're going to do something that you really need to do, but you're not in alignment with it. Are you with me? Like you don't want to? You have two choices. Actually, you have three choices. You don't have to do it. So you can explore, do I have to do this, or do I think I have to do this? You can choose. I want to move you into choice. If you do it, choose it. Meaning, so if there's something you don't want to do, and you do it, and you're upset about the fact that you're doing it, you are not free. So how you claim your power in that situation is you choose it. If you're going to do it, choose it. Meaning you relinquish your right to complain about it, or to say out loud to people, oh, I didn't really want to do it, it was really terrible. Who wants to create a life that way? Right? If you're on a diet and that chocolate chip cookie is on the table and you're going to eat it, choose to eat it and celebrate it. Don't eat it and then spend 24 hours kicking yourself on the butt for being a weak, puny, spineless wonder. Can we get any more practical than this? So you want to begin to exercise your ability and your right to live as a conscious, choosing, connected human being. where freedom is the basis for your life. So you want to give up all language, victimhood language. Now listen, these four kingdoms of consciousness are wonderful because really what we're talking about is that baseline where people are victims. I'm this way because of this. I can't do this because of that. I'm bound because of that. And nobody wants to stay there or live there because it's not fun or helpful. And who we are as a community is a community that's about creating a world that works for everyone, but it has to work for us first. So we want to be in alignment with the yes of the universe and moving into places of more power and then allowing, and then mysticism. So we're wanting to move and navigate. What does it feel like as we move through our lives, going back and forth in these different states of consciousness? So, the Emancipation Proclamation. I actually found this image online. Isn't that darling with the "and so it is" on there? It's like it was really made for our community. All right, so here is our affirmation. We're going to say it with all the gusto we have. Because remember, the universe is out here going, yes, oh yes, Robin, yes, Linda, yes, Robert, yes. I'll read it first and then you read it, okay? All right, today is, no. Something happens when you hear it and then when you say it. It's like a double whammy. Shh. Today is my Independence Day. I am the architect of my life and the captain of my ship. Today, by divine inheritance, I proclaim, henceforward, I am free. Now, before you say this, bring to mind anything, something you are claiming freedom for yourself. Somewhere where you feel bound and you are, by virtue of your power to declaring yourself to be free from that. Ready? You. Today. And so it is. Good job. All right, well, let's pray that up and pray that in. And so continue to hold as I pray, as I speak the word for and about you, whether you're in this room or at home. Continue to hold areas where you feel bound and are ready, or at least willing to release being bound. Because the fact is, the past has no hold other than the hold you give it, and the future has not happened yet. And so standing in this present moment of now, in reality, the only moment that there is right this moment. And in this moment, we are free. We are free to think, free to dream, free to declare, free to proclaim. We're free to do whatever it is we want to do, because only us, only we are in charge of our own brain, our own minds. Only us, no one else. And so we start at the beginning, which is to recognize that we do not make ourselves. We are not here alone, that there is a power, there is a presence that is everywhere, surrounding us, within us, connecting us. It is the air we breathe. We cannot be separate. It's not over there. It's right where we are. It is the alpha, the omega, the center, the circumference of everything. We are one with it. And we, unlike the rock and the tiger, we are conscious. We are spirits. We are choosers, deciders, doers, and beers. And so what I know in this moment for each and every one of us is that there is no thing, no experience, there's nothing that can take away, rob us of, or diminish our ability to use gravity or the law of attraction. Nothing. We are free right here and right now. And so I use this word to dissolve situations and circumstances from the past that have heretofore been binding. We use the word to know with absolute faith and conviction that the future is the future we want, that we will create and design with intention, and that we will, from that place of creation, that place of creativity, that place of declaration, that we will begin to live thinking and speaking whatever we want the universe to say yes to. In that lies our freedom. And so I'm just so grateful. I'm grateful that we're not stuck with the past. I'm grateful that we're not bound by precedent. I'm grateful that in every moment we are purveyors of possibility. And we do that with intention and commitment and fervor. For what I know is that as we do that, we begin to see a world that we want to live in, and a world that makes our lives abundant, vibrant, calm, peaceful, and joyous. And so with this word released into this law of manifestation, into this universe that just said yes to every word I said, I know that we all move out of here today just a little bit different, with a little bit of possibility in front of us to move into this week. And so in advance, I applaud the demonstrations and the healings and declare it all good, whole, perfect, and complete. And invite you to join me in that by saying, "And so it is, amen."